Baby, I've been thinking about the things we said. Oh yeah. And maybe we'd be better off being just friends. Oh yeah. It's getting kinda obvious what you want from me. Only calling when you feel alone. You make promises, then you let them go. So if you just wanna have my body, you better go find somebody else.
Hey guys, welcome to the 5F's to Love Season 3. I'm really excited about this season. Exceptionally excited. You're probably thinking it's Monday. What is Christine doing on Mondays? Because this is our community, our conversation, the LGBT day. And I want to say, I heard you. You guys have your day, which is every Monday. We have an amazing cast, and they're going to have awesome guests come on every single week and talk to them. So I'm really excited that we're going to be able to have a conversation around LGBT community and love and relationships, life, fashion, style, travel, anything and everything, right? Because we're about really creating healthy relationships, regardless. Why? Because love is unconditional, and that's what it's about here on the 5F's to Love. Well, without further ado, let me introduce you to the cast of our community, our conversation. And you know we got to start out with the queen. So Jessie, oh my God, welcome aboard.
Hi there. Hi, everyone.
Jessie, I just want to say I'm really excited about you being on. This is like so amazing because you started out in season 2. You came on as a guest a couple times on Rodney Howell's show, which was Shop Talk. Hey, Rodney. And it was amazing. You scored really high. The viewers like love you. Like you were
That's
just so
nice.
wonderful.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice.
So I could not hesitate to ask you, would you consider coming on board? And I'm so grateful that you did. I'm really excited. But let me tell you guys, she built up a nice little A team. I'm going to tell you, I'm kind of heart crushing on them right now. So listen, everybody who looked at the promo, I know you're thinking, when is Dr. K coming on? Well, I'm not going to play around with you. Hey, Dr. K.
Hello.
Ooh, Dr. K.
Hi, Christine. Hi, Jessie. How's it going?
Hey there.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here and you tested out of the roof. That promo, you've got people wondering who is Dr. K, who's a doctor and he's single. Everybody's asking that question, right?
Just a little Detroit doctor, that's all.
just a little Detroit doctor.
Detroit doctor.
Looks like this.
I love it. I know you guys are wondering, where's that hot GQ guy, Scott? Well, Scott will be joining us next week. He had a previous engagement, but trust and believe he will be here next week. He's already been texting and calling, talking to Jessie, talking to me. So don't worry about it. You guys will see Scott next week, but we're going to have our conversation tonight. And so I'm going to join them for the next couple nights because I want you guys to feel welcome. And I want the community to understand. We want you to do your comments. Leave us comments. Like talk to them during the show. So be sure to drop us something in comments while we're chatting. Takara, she says, hey, thank you,
hey,
Takara.
Girl, hey, my baby cousin.
I know, and ladies, you guys can see Takara tomorrow, as a matter of fact, on Real Talk with the Ladies. So thank you, Cass. Okay. I love the way we support one another. This is really awesome. So you guys know I'm about to get right into it because the conversation we're having tonight, the goal is for it to help people who are really thinking about where they are at this point in their lives. I think so many of us watch social media and we look at what we consider to be social norms. And one of the things that concerns me is that, the Leave It to Beaver, Joan Cleaver situation does not exist. Be your own person. It's not until you truly live in your purpose and who you are that you can live your best life, right? And everybody thinks about all these obstacles that comes with that. So I'm going to ask you guys the question. At what age did you realize you were thinking differently about yourself? So Jessie, you're the lady, so I'm going to start off with you.
Well, I'm a little bit different, I guess, because I consider myself a pansexual person. I really don't care what someone's body parts they come with. I care about the connection we have. Obviously, you can't be some Jabba the Hutt looking motherfucker or anything, but oh shit, I cussed already. But I have to.
We're adults.
There has to be a physical connection, obviously. But I am attracted to the energy someone brings me and how they make me feel. And the age that came about is probably when I was like early 20s in college. And yeah, I had a girlfriend for a hot minute. I admired her so much, and she was also Asian, Thai, and Italian, and she just was beautiful, and she was super glamorous, and I just looked up to her so much. And then one of these, it just something happened one night, and then I was just like, that can happen. Oh, okay. So and then I've been married to men twice, and I'm currently in a relationship with a man, but obviously he's perfectly aware. And I have a very unconventional life and view on relationships. And I mean, I totally admire and have utter respect for monogamy and everybody, that man and woman that are married and go to church and have dinner and have babies and all that. I have utter respect for that. It's just not me.
I love that. And you know what? It's great that you were good with that, because I think a lot of people, they feel challenged, especially when you're a woman. The idea is that you're going to get married, you're going to have X amount of children, and it's going to be this picket fence situation. I kind of screwed that up myself. I didn't go that route, which is okay, right? Because everybody's not going to go that route. I made some other logistical decisions about my life that was different. But with you, Dr. K, your journey was definitely a little bit different, but maybe very much like other people, right? Other men going through that transition.
Yeah, a little bit different. I would say about the same as a lot of men. I realized there was a difference in college. And I think with college comes that unbounded freedom that we all look for, and especially if you're going away for college. And so I think I was maybe about 18, 19, where I was a little more free, and I realized, oh, I'm definitely different, and it's been flowing ever since.
Okay, so you know the question that women always ask, did you always know that you want to be with a man, or at some point did you try to test the waters to make sure?
Well, I say I always knew I was different, and I think kids always point that out for you. Anything that's different, a kid is gonna recognize. So I would say as early as elementary school, getting called a fag or
really?
or you're gay. That maybe was
masculine.
Like second
You're
grade.
pretty masculine, yeah.
Kids know.
Yeah.
Damn.
I agree.
Kids know when you're different. And so I think that it was always in my head, but as far as like realizing like, okay, it wasn't until college, wasn't until, I got my freshman year. Yeah.
I want to ask all kinds of dirty questions, but
please,
I don't know.
Go ahead, ask the dirtiest.
Okay. First of all, obviously, you don't have to say his name or anything, but like, who made the first move? Was he in a class? Were you guys on a sports team? I mean, I got all kinds of like
we were in the engineering
fantasy images. Engineering room. Ooh, that's sexy.
Together. Yes,
I was like, is it in the locker room? What is it?
No, funny thing is, to this day, we're still great friends too.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yep.
Was it his first time too?
I don't think it was his first time. It was definitely mine. And we both went to North Carolina A&T. And the strange thing is, after he graduated, he moved back to Detroit. So it was like, it's a good relationship. Yeah. So we're still really good friends.
That's very cool.
I like the fact that you guys were together, but you were still able to be friends, because you know what I found? That a lot of times think romance just automatically follows. Like it's going to be a romantic endeavor. And that kind of bothers me, because I think sometimes people have unrealistic expectations about.
I think that's the mindset of like, you're correct. I think that's the mindset of like somebody younger. As we get older, we realize, okay, this could just be a sniff test, a scratch and sniff, So
he said that.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
100%.
So I think when you're younger, you think, oh, this is going to be long term.
Right.
Yeah. But as you get
And it
older,
turns out to be something else. Okay, so the question is, and I know regardless, when you share your shift and how you were thinking about yourself with others, when did you do that? Like, did you decide after you tested the waters in college? Did you kind of pre-open the conversation? Like, what did that look like?
for
Well, for
me,
me, go
well, go
ahead.
ahead, Jesse. Yeah.
No, well, for me, I think, I mean, I just recently really started talking about it just in the last couple of years. And for me, it's as far as with other women, there's like more often than not, there's always a man involved, right? And it
Right.
just was recently that just in the last few years, I decided I'm going to test the waters by myself. And I just realized there's like a lot of things about a woman that I love and like, but I just know that so far I haven't met a woman that I want to like create a house with.
Right.
But it's a more often it's a sexual thing, but also like I mean women are softer and prettier and you know
Agreed.
yeah.
Dr. K says, I agreed. I
much,
think so
much
too.
softer, much prettier. Yes.
Yes, but you go, how about you?
I think I've always been comfortable with myself where I've never like felt the need I had to expressly say or, identify as something. So I've always just existed and done as I've pleased. And a blessing is I come from a family that has allowed me to do that. And then my friends have always just loved me for being me. So I've never really said at any point like, hey, this is me to anybody. It's just, it sort of goes with the territory on who I am.
Well, your whole demeanor is very like he's very like smooth.
Yes.
There's nothing
You're so
overly
smooth.
anything smooth. Like there's nothing overly anything about him. He's very like humble and unassuming, and you don't
Yeah,
really like when you see. I mean, he dresses fabulous.
he
So
does.
when you see him out and about, like I mean, I really wasn't sure. When I first couple of times I met you, I didn't know
Oh,
that you
you
were
know what?
gay.
A lot of people say that. They be like, "You're gay, you?"
Yeah, because you don't. Like when I met you, honestly, if I didn't know in advance, I would
Hmm.
not have thought that. No,
Okay.
seriously, because and that's what I'm saying. Like my god brother Mike, he's a masculine gay. He very
Yeah,
much is.
you know what?
But one on one, he's different. Like with the guy, he's different.
It's
Yeah.
such a broad spectrum. You can
Yeah.
get to your most feminine, your most masculine, and then everything in between. You're married, you're single, you know.
It could go from one
It,
end to the
it,
other.
it
Well,
does. It
guys, we're
does.
going to take a quick commercial break. And when we get back, we're going to find out more about, I don't know, what makes Jesse and Dr. K smile. What's really
Oh,
going on
dang.
behind those
I'm gonna have
smiles?
to hold back my.
Oh shit!
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Uh,
Have you ever felt? Are you listening? Damn. Have you ever felt? Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Loving how you wind up for me. Tonight is all on me. Mash up the place for me. Yeah, yeah. She just wanna highlight. Ooh, that body talk to me. I need a taste, baby. Loving the way you move around me. No more delay. No, you can't wait to shut it down. Want to show me how you work it. I can't find no flaws, you perfect. Cause every time that you come around my way, I keep falling again. I keep falling again. And every time that you come across my mind, I keep falling again. I keep falling again. In love. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the 5 F's to Love. This is our community in our conversation. We have Dr. K and we have Jesse. And listen, guys, I'm learning a lot. I think, a lot of times that as a heterosexual, you have so many questions, about what is it and what it's about. You have so many questions. So, for me, actually, I don't have really too many questions because I'm kind of open to accepting people where they are. But I do get a lot of questions. So were you shining the light on me, Dr. K?
No, I knocked it. I was trying to keep it from moving. It was.
I was like, I was like, let me check myself and make sure I'm not shining a light on me. But the thing is, I think a lot of times we really look at things a little bit different and we just get judgy about it. And that's one of the things that I really wanted to focus on to make sure, folks, love comes in a lot of different ways. And let me tell you something. For me, I've gone from chocolate to vanilla to white to caramel. Like me. So you have to look at it from that perspective, right? I don't like there's something about a man that I like. It's not a color. It's a thing. And to me, I like a man with a nice big nose. I don't know what that's about. Let's not get into it. I don't know what it's about.
Can we please? What's he doing with that nose, Christine?
Well, he's not doing anything with the nose.
Is he being the tickler with that nose?
Okay, Humpty.
He's doing something with that nose.
Honestly, I just see that as a part of masculinity. And for some reason, I associate a large size nose with a man who's confident. And I don't know why, but I've always if you have a little button nose, I'm out. I don't want to be with you because you got a button nose. I don't know what this is about. Okay, so the question I want to ask you, what was the mental and emotional impact on you? So Jesse, when you said to yourself, I like being with a man, but I think I kind of want the softness of a woman. What were you thinking in that moment? Were you questioning yourself? Like, is this a good feeling, bad feeling?
I just, like I said, since I was in college, the very first time it was like I was a friend, but my boyfriend was with us, and so like I said, it wasn't until I was well within in my adulthood that I was just starting to actually date a woman, and she was much younger than me actually, and it was just it's just a support in a way that I just never could get with a man, And there's just so many things that we could do together that a man just wouldn't understand. And it wasn't as so much sexual at that point as it was having that, having somebody who understood you. It's like a lover, a best friend, a sister, a mother, all those things like get wrapped up in one person. And obviously you walk out the door and the world is there. So you can't just live in that bubble all the time. But did I answer that question? I don't know.
You did, because the thing is when you talk about the mental and emotional impact on you as an individual, it's what society thinks and in what you feel, right? Yeah. Which is sometimes it's two different things. So like for you, Dr. K, I'm going to tell you, you are a beefcake. We're gonna keep it real. So
he's gonna be so objectified. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you feel objectified, but
I have a brain.
He's a doctor.
I just want to say, your Instagram has a lot of pictures where you are objectifying yourself. So we're gonna be
I'm,
clear. You
I'm
got a hot
selling it.
body.
I'm selling it. You know, I go to the gym
You were-
every morning at 5 a.m.
Oh my God. I
Yes,
hate you.
and
I hate you. Ugh.
I must show this. Like I have to reward myself.
Yes.
And I'm
Instagram
gonna
is
say
Instagram
that's
is my
amazing.
gratification.
Exactly. And you know what? And I think, but you made a really good point. I think a lot of times, so if people see you on your social media, they're not even thinking doctor. They just thinking he's a sexy, hot guy. And they're coming at you from that direction. So when you think about where you were at, when you decided, okay, listen, everybody, this is who I am. I'm good. I hope you're good. Were there any people who just really weren't open to accepting you being in the space that you were in?
That's a good question. I've been blessed. I will honestly have to say no. My family has always been on board. Like I grew up in the family where you didn't have to explain yourself. You didn't. We never had that discussion. You know, it was always just that's Kyrie. You know that that's him, and they want. I was always encouraged to be yourself and do what you want. As long as you're doing right, keep doing what you're doing.
That's
I like that.
beautiful. That is
Yeah,
so beautiful. So
and I
many
know
people can't say that.
I know everybody's story is so different, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, everybody doesn't have the luxury that my family provided me. Because a
Right.
lot of LGBTQ, they get ostracized and kicked out of their house, and they
Yeah.
get shunned, and it's extremely hard, and that's why we have centers like the Ruth Ellis Center, and different community groups that actually embrace the youth and help them out. So I was blessed, and that's just the family that I come from. We're very diverse. We got some dark skin, some light skin, some straight, some gay, some
I love that.
some white,
Are
some
you the only gay
black.
person in your
We take everybody on
Are
there.
you the only gay person in your family?
Open.
Ah,
Okay, so
got
that's
you.
another thing. All right, so just to let you guys know, Takar, thank you so much. She's like popping them out. She says she loves it. Of course, she's laughing at us. And so her last comment was, what is the social media? I'll go investigate. His social media, if he wants to toss it out there, I will text it to you so you'll have it. But he has a lot of really nice pictures of himself
I
out there
don't
in
mind.
social media.
I don't mind my Instagram, because I'm a podiatrist, a foot and ankle surgeon. So my Instagram is Lil Phalanx. It's LILPHALANX. And so a lot of people, they say, what is phalanx? Well, phalanx is the Greek word for toe. So I'm
Oh, I was
Like
like,
I
and
just
it
want to say I
sounded
was impressed with that.
phallic. It
Yes,
sounded phallic.
phalanx.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
I'm
I
Lil
love it.
Phalanx. Lil Phalanx.
It's not
I
Lil
love
I
that.
am. It's
Yeah.
not Lil I
Everything
am.
has meaning. Everything has purpose.
Everything.
Yeah.
So I
I
realized
love
that
it.
when you gave me, your Instagram. So folks, if you check it out, I mean, there's a few pictures of you as a doctor, but overall, you take really good care of your body. So you know what, guys, when you talk about
As I drink my
the
wine.
impact as you drink your wine, because we're all drinking wine, by the way, folks. If you're watching, join us at home with a glass of wine. So for you, the impact on your family was minimal.
Um, the spoken impact was very minimal. I don't
Okay,
know. I'm sure I'm my dad's only child, so I'm sure there was some great impact to my father.
right.
But it was never expressed. You know what I'm saying? My dad's so
He
happy
just
for me.
loves you.
Yeah, exactly. My dad's so happy for me. I could, as long as, like I said, I'm not a criminal or out here doing harm to the world, my dad's all right. I could be a janitor. I could be, anything
Right.
Oh, I
I could
love
do anything
that.
less than being a doctor. And my dad would still embrace me the same.
I love that.
I
Yeah.
think that's really great. But and the other thing is too, tell your dad it's you could still have a kid.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
yeah,
Still, yeah.
right. We still got ladies who are still taking babies with checks attached to them. I'm just
I have
saying.
a lot of friends who've actually, they've gone to Cartagena and different Asian countries, and actually come back with babies. Yeah, or
See, and that's
they've done
that's
surrogacy or adoption.
yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
so I mean, it's still an option.
Oh yeah,
Um,
still an option.
she said, "Yeah, you're showing out, sir." She went to Instagram. Oh,
Yes,
Takar, like,
he is.
don't, Takar, real talk though. So you know it's not me. He's really showing a lot of body. You're gonna be clear.
Oh,
It's
oh,
not
she
The
went.
the
She
white
went
one,
to my page.
the
She went.
white bikini one. I was just like,
yeah,
oh, okay,
I was
okay, Lil
actually.
Felix, my ass. Shit.
exactly.
I
So
went there. I went there. I
we
went there.
want to do real
Takara's my
talk.
cousin.
Yes. We just want to do real talk. So that's really what's happening over there. So, real picture, like for you, Jesse, I think a lot of people don't understand when you have a family dynamic that's as diverse and as extended as yours is, it's like you had cuts in your life, like
Yes.
really serious cuts in your life where there were no family units in that space to really cultivate you as a young woman. And then the things that you were exposed to really kind of mimicked you taking a different approach to looking at life. And I don't think people understand it. I think we just assume we see a person at that stage, at that point, like this, what is this about? Like they don't understand the journey, right?
Well, I
So
didn't
for
just
you,
Yeah, I didn't just pop out of this marriage and decide, geez, I like girls now. I didn't do that. And for me, I think that when a person is introduced to sexual things, not to get overly serious, but I mean, I came from Korea when I was 12, but from the moment of age 5, my mother was a prostitute in the streets, right? I'm half
right,
black. And one of the things is that I was exposed to sex very early. Not that my mom did anything to me, but she was a working lady. And there were days where we would have uncles come and in the boarding house, and I knew, and I would be in the corner of the room with crayons, right? While
right,
my mama did what she had to do, but I knew it was a good sign that for the next however long we were going to get to eat real food, not have to eat out of the garbage and stuff like that. So that's how I was in, like that's how I knew about the whole sexual things, and then the molestations from the orphanage and my uncles and things like that before I came to America. I didn't come here till I was 12. But so there were things awakened in me that should never have be waking in a child so
right,
tiny, right? So as grew and learned about sex, and I got adopted by these batshit crazy evangelical Christians, but not really Christian because they're assholes. And I said that, quote me. But I got adopted people by hypocritical asshole people who didn't fully understand who they brought into their home. So there's a whole nother level of that. And so, I just always knew that sexuality was a part of me. And I just didn't fully understand that it was mine. And this my pussy. It's attached to me, isn't it? I
right,
take care of that bitch every day. Every
right.
motherfucking day I'm taking care of this bitch. And why the fuck is that anybody's business who's going in and out of it and what I'm doing with it? It should not be a part of your goddamn dinner conversation. It's
Mm.
me. And at this point,
I
and the
love it.
reason I talk about it more now is that my children are older. My baby is 18. And I'm working on my memoir and I'm sharing some of that with them. And they're like, Miss Mom, this is so boring. Like, why aren't you telling the truth? And really my number one goal, like the reason I am is my 4 children, right? So if they're okay, then I don't give a fuck. I will talk about me, and I because I do that so that I think that whoever's hiding that didn't have family like Dr. K,
Right.
but hopefully not as bad as the shit I went through, but somewhere in the middle where they're questioning and wondering, the world is safe. Once you surround yourself with people that love you for you, you stand in your who you are. So yeah, I know. Did I answer the question? I don't know.
You did. And so that's the thing is that's the reason that's the thing behind your smile. See, I think people don't
It's
understand is that
genuine.
everybody has a journey, right? So for Dr. Kate, what's behind his smile is that he walks around with the confidence of knowing he has his family support, right? You walk around with the confidence, Jesse, at this point in your life, you are who you are. You've embraced it. And you're like, look, either you love it, like it, or leave it. Bottom line.
Kinda.
And
Bottom
that's the
line.
thing. Yeah. So I think, you know, if you're a younger person watching this, if you're an older person, because I know there's a lot of people who are living in this false world right now, pretending to be something that they're not. And my thing is, listen, be yourself. One of the things that I've learned, and of course, you know, I want to be clear from a heterosexual perspective, people often say to me, why aren't you married? Like I get it all the time, like constantly, constantly. And the thing is that I'm not ready to do that. I want to be me. I want to meet people, and I want to meet the right person. So I'm not really ready to make a decision on what I'm going to do long term until I feel that connection. But just so we're clear, before we go to break, Takara said, "Body, adi, adi." She's talking to you, Dr.
I
She's
just want to
definitely
add
talking to
on.
you.
I
Because this is
just
my
want to
baby
add on
cousin.
to what
She's saying that to me.
I just want to add on to what Jesse said quickly. And friends, and you don't have to be blood to be family. That's why they have
Yes,
houses and and all these other organizations, because sometimes we're born our family, but we're blessed with our friends and close
right.
people.
And
And
I'm
people
telling
that
you
love
that
you.
that's meant a lot to me. I have a lot of friends that are my family who helped
Yep.
me raise my son. And I'm so appreciative because those people, when you say rada da, they're even deeper than rada da.
No
If my
limit
kid needs
soldier.
anything, they got my back. And I appreciate, and I can always be me with them. I don't have to pretend or be anything else. So I'm really appreciative. So guys, we'll be right back after this commercial break. And hey, folks, leave comments. We want to hear from you. That's imperative. Leave us some comments. We would love to hear what you're thinking. Well, we already know somebody's got body. Well, if you guys didn't know it, you know it now. Our sponsor is Duke and Dane. We do Black Legacy Spirits, which is a new company who sponsored us, and thank you so much, guys. So during our commercial breaks, you will see great ways to mix some drinks so you guys can toast and drink while we're together. You can always order anything offline, and if you're here in Detroit, Michigan, you can go down to Yum Village. Right on Woodward. By the way, they sell amazing Jamaican food. So you can get some Jamaican food and get some bottles of liqueur from a Black owned liquor company. So listen, guys, I just want to say you're kind of hot right now, Mr. Man. And so, we had, and thank you so much for joining us. Good evening. And you said A Nazir. I like that. That's a beautiful name. That might be for you. I'm not sure. Ramel, she's on Real Talk with the Lady. She says, love that friends are true blessings. And that is so true. Nadir says, great job. He is my handsome doctor. Okay. Well,
One of my
obviously
patients.
that is very clear, handsome doctor. And Miss Mom is on fire. So you guys are getting a lot of support out there. I love it. So listen, guys, be sure to leave your comments. We'll love to share them on while we're live so they can chat back with you. Jesse, you're on mute just in case you're getting ready to say something. Okay,
No.
so
Okay.
real talk with you guys, and I like to do real talk because this is what's going to happen. So, how did you feel when you walked in your truth? Like in your true self, like how does that feel? And I ask that because a lot of our young people are going through this journey. And you mentioned the Ruth Ellis um, um, organization is here on Woodward, and we actually have one of the supervisors or managers on our educator roundtable to talk about the education needs for the youth. But we're going to have one of them come on to kind of talk through that, and then some of the younger people, because this is a big issue. The suicide rate for teenagers is extremely high, but on more so with students who are basically going through what I call transition, right? Where they're not sure about what direction they want to go with their life. And a lot of times they feel a lot of pressure from outside entities. So for you guys, what did it feel like once you were able just to take, like, Jessie just took her sweater off, take your clothes off and just be you? Is that a hot flash? Like, is this
Yes,
a hot
because I'm
flash moment?
menopausing.
Be
Yes.
free. Be free.
Okay.
Woo!
So everybody, Jesse's going through a hot flash moment. And Jesse, I totally get it. Right now, I mean, by the way, everybody, this is me rushing in from work. And you're probably saying, Christine normally doesn't have on this many clothes for the podcast. I don't, but I rushed in from work today. And so this is it. This is what's happening. Okay. I got to be corporate when I'm, at work. But at night, Five F's to Love, you might see a whole shoulder out, a sheer top. I don't know. But anyways, so right, anything can happen. So when you look at that, what does it feel like, Jesse, right now, just to be in your truth, like who you want to be? What does that feel like?
Beautiful thing. And like I was afraid, but I mean, it was scary, but I just wasn't afraid. Does it make sense? And
Mhm.
I just knew that no matter what, like I said earlier, my kids are my biggest thing, right? And they're amazing. And they're just like, Miss Mom, just be you. We love you. And I have two non-binary kids, right? And then as far as the rest of the people in my life, some of them trickled off a little bit but I think it has more to do with my space in society and propriety and what all the different bougie ass socialite shit I used to do. And I'm not knocking any of those down because I'm still doing some of them because they're important to me. And like,
Right.
some of the nonprofits that I'm on the board of, Ruth Ellis is one of the ones that I support heavily. But the world doesn't go away. The sky did not fall. The sky did not fall, and I got to see everybody for who they are. And to be funny, there's a group of women I hang around with once. I used to hang around with a lot, not as much anymore. But when I first shared with them, straight women, they get together, everybody drinks, and one of the questions that inevitably comes up: anyone ever kissed a girl? And most of them just, there's I haven't done it. I haven't done it. And I just like, as a matter of fact, I have. And we've talked, and so we've had the conversations. And more often than not, the question to me is, how come you never hit on me? That's what they ask me
Are you
more than
serious?
anything else. And I'm just like, well, first of all, you're 60 something.
Right.
I'm like in,
Okay,
but
so
anyway, it
that's
doesn't
the
matter.
misnomer. I think a lot of times, like, and that was so funny that you said that. But a lot of times when people find out that you like the same sex, they go, "Well, I still have a type. It doesn't mean it's open season,
Yeah.
just in
Yeah,
general. Like
exactly.
everybody
Just
has a
because
type, whether it's same sex or opposite sex, you have a type,
You have a
right?"
type. Yeah.
you having a vagina doesn't automatically make me want to come jump on it. It just
Listen,
doesn't. And I'm not
everybody
really all
don't
that.
qualify.
Right.
Yes, they got to vet through it. I'm really not into like eating pussy and all that, anyways, that much. Again, shit. Did I say that out loud?
Honey, you can say
Um,
whatever you want. Like, so we're totally, I always tell people I'm very transparent. I have a thing about bodies. One commonality about people that I'm with, all the guys have amazing bodies. Like, they could be sculpted in stone, amazing bodies. That's my thing.
With the
So,
big
like,
nose.
yes.
With that big
And a big
nose.
with
nose.
the big nose, I'm picturing this man in my head for
With
Christine.
that big
With the
nose.
guys.
I don't know. I told you I have this thing about a nose. I don't know what's going on with me. But so Dr. K, before I even ask you a question, I'm gonna get caught up. So he said, AKA Curtis. This is Curtis watching. LGBT. Detroit campus. This is Curtis watching.
Okay.
Curtis,
Hey, Curtis.
yes.
Things about to get steamy.
Hey, Curtis.
Okay, Curtis, you better watch because I don't want to have to come slash your tires. You know I
Thank
know
you
where
for
you
watching,
live.
Curtis.
Hey,
We're gonna be
Curtis, what
so-
up, though?
Okay, and G Rob said good show. I
What's up,
wonder who that
G-Rob?
is. I wonder who G Rob is. We won't get into that. I wonder who G Rob is.
Like, though, what do you look like?
I know. And so of course he says, "Hey everybody." So the thing is, Dr. K, what did it feel like? Because you've been living in your truth for a minute. Like you've just been doing it real big.
Oh, I don't know about how big, but like I think with each degree, I do it a little bit bigger.
You do. I mean, you know what?
I get a little bit cockier. I get a little bit
Bow,
cockier
chicka,
in my
wow.
swag. When I graduated from med school,
Honey.
Like the caliber went up a couple
it,
levels.
it did, and
Yeah.
you really I always tell people, it's always gonna be some naysayers. You can
Right.
you have to walk in your truth. You have to be your authentic you. And that's
Right.
not only in your sexuality, that's in your styling of yourself, that's in your weight. You have to always look at Lizzo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn,
Oh,
I
Lizzo's
love that bitch.
amazing.
Lizzo
I love her.
and is a beautiful female, and just she lives in her truth. She is
Yeah.
what she is, and she's not trying to have anybody justify her or
Right.
validate her. It just works. So that's how I live. Just living your truth, be you. And if everybody allowed everybody else to be who they were or who they
Right.
are, the world would be so much better.
It'd just be
It would be.
so much more fun.
So
And
much
we
more
just
fun.
like more people.
Right? Because who wants the same? Like, I don't want another Kyrie. I want somebody different.
Right.
Somebody, who
Absolutely.
expresses themselves the way they express themselves.
I definitely don't want a Christine. So
Yeah.
G Robson back a smiley face. I don't know if that was for, I don't know who that was for, but
I feel like it's for Dr. K, but
I feel like
okay. I'm
I
gonna
feel like
take it. I'm gonna take it.
I feel like everything is for Dr. K right now
No, that's
because
for Jesse.
Yeah, what the
everybody's
hell,
feeling
man?
Dr. K. Okay, so
No,
when you think about where you guys are at right now, so my question for you is, what does your personal life look like right now? Would you change anything about it? And so, Dr. K, I'm going to start with you.
My personal life looks like a kaleidoscope.
I love that.
Ooh.
Such a great analogy. That comes with that whole education vocab.
And for those remember those little toys you used to look
Yeah.
in as a kid and you would spin it and the
Yeah.
colors would change. I think that's what my personal life looks like. And that's in not only in my love interest, but in the friends that I deal with, in my day-to-day interactions, because all of my friends are so different. Sometimes I find myself attracted to people who I ideally wouldn't say, oh, that's my type.
Right.
But it may be a certain characteristic. It may be
A nose?
sometimes.
No.
But you know what? I
It's
may have
because
to
you're
go with the nose
deeper.
suggestion because
Damn, I'm gonna look at everybody's nose.
I may have to go with the
Shit.
nose suggestion, but it's always something different about somebody.
Dr.
So,
K, I want to be clear. That nose has never done me wrong.
oh,
That's all I got to say. That nose has never done me wrong, honey.
you know what? You can school me. I
That
listen.
nose has panned out every time.
Oh my
All I got
gosh,
to say
that's
is
so funny.
And you know
every
what?
time. And
That
I'm
is
You know
so
what does
funny.
it for me, Christine? I'm a height person.
height.
Oh,
I love.
me
So
too.
I'm
Me too.
5'11". I'm 5'11", but it's something about 6'2" and above.
Oh, you
Ooh,
like it. I like it. You know what? I do say I like
like
a
the
man
big
that's 6 foot or
boys.
taller.
You like them taller as well.
They have to be tall. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I got
Is
to
it,
think because I'm a little person and I need to feel like you have some authority over me or
is
something.
it a deal breaker if they're 5'8"?
Yes, a deal breaker.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Wow. What if they had a biggest nose ever and their body was
Ever
on
like
fire?
Jay-Z
And
knows.
he had a Jay-Z big nose and lips.
Let, Okay, if
He was
number
like
one, if he
this.
looks anything like Jay-Z, I'm out. I'm out. 100%. I'm out. Jay-Z's not my type. Beyonce can have him all day, every day.
All day,
But the
every
thing is,
day.
I did date someone who was very close to my height. And it was fine. But let me just, it's nothing like a tall man in a nice Taylor Tom Ford suit. I mean, that's just sexy to me.
I ain't gonna.
Mm,
Hey,
mm,
girl, ain't nobody mad at
Yeah.
you about that shit.
mm.
And it's and in the
Hundred
idea,
percent.
I just like that whole, again, because I'm little, but I can be a little bit challenging at times. So I need somebody that I have to look up to smart mouth.
Like
Because if
that
I'm looking down
authoritative
at you,
feeling.
yeah. Because if I'm
Okay.
looking at you or down at you to smart mouth you, all you turn into a kid to me. And then I feel like I'm talking to you like a little kid. And I don't want that.
All
So,
right.
oh, Jesse, by the
Yeah, I
way,
like.
uh, G Rob says, sorry, no, it's for Jessica.
I
Jesse.
told you,
Oh,
G Rob.
Jesse talking scandalous shit. I'm sorry.
I just want to be clear. Okay, guys, listen, we got to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Jesse, he made it clear that was for you. We'll be right back, folks,
All
after
right,
this
let me go look
commercial
at
break.
him.
That was so interesting.
Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lives all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Really on go, I don't know what's an off day. Now we on road, came from smoking in the hallway. Now we got shows, boys feeling like Broadway. Always look both ways, even on a crossway. Driving down Cross Bay, out town Barclays. Really on big things, came up a small way. Championship rings, baby, that's a ball game. Oh, she want a little bag, baby, that's small change. Yeah, that money talk. If we ain't cool, then cut me off. No breaking news, don't run your mouth. Thought it was the plug, now he running off. Thought it was a plug, now he running off.
Future, all the plans you made in your heart grew just to die.
Hey guys, welcome back. And if you're looking for someone to create your branding and marketing strategy, you can always contact PICF. That's the company that designs all commercials and graphics for the 5Fs to Love network. And that is my other company. So give me a call. You can always DM me. Okay, so listen, I just want to say hot topic. G Rob made it clear. Jesse, he's got eyes for you.
Hey, G Rob. That's so funny.
I don't
It's
like G
G-Rob.
Rob is like, what's up? What's going on? So one of the things before we close out tonight, I wanted to ask you guys, I'm going to ask you one question. I'm going to ask you another question. So has your personal choice impacted your career path positively or negatively? I think a lot of times, especially our youth or people who have been living a certain life for so long, they think that them coming out to people is going to change. And so I say that because what I found, especially, my god brother, that a lot of guys are living like they're not gay. And they're like, no, I can't go out with you publicly. And I don't want anybody to know, but I can just come over to your place. And then women, they go out as girlfriends and people don't understand they're girlfriends. They're not hanging out friends. That's the girlfriend. So, and I'm very concerned because it's like, how long can you keep that up? This whole I'm not that person kind of life thing. So for you guys, if it's not you, do you know of someone that has impacted their life, or they think that it may impact their career? If everyone knew that they were this way.
Oh yeah,
Shit, we know people. We just talked about that the other day.
we did, didn't we?
Okay, so there are people that's still living in this mythical world, like I'm not this person.
And it's always going to be that way.
Okay.
Just like they're rappers and actors who it's always going to be people who aren't comfortable sharing with others what they do privately. That I mean, it's always going to be that existence. I know with me, I still get asked the question, especially in the office. Dr. K, are you married? Dr. K, they don't ask, am I gay, but they definitely ask, are you married? Do you have kids? And it's one of those questions where you sort of refocus back on the patient care versus, all right, let's not talk about me. Let's focus on your foot. But and
They
that's
say that to you?
yeah, they say that. And I'm self-employed, so um I think I've benefited from being self-employed and not having to deal with that corporately. But even when I worked at General Motors, um, it wasn't they're very diverse and inclusive
Right.
anyway. So
Yeah.
it never had a problem. What about you, Jesse?
Well, me
Oh,
personally,
I'm sorry, Jesse. Give me 1 second before you say
Oh, I'm
anything.
sorry.
This might
yeah.
impact
Look
what
at
you
me
say.
conducting. Look at me
Oh,
conducting the show.
G Rob said, Jesse, do you miss the covering from a man? I'm only asking because of the things you've been through, or do you not trust men? I
whoa,
mean, I had
whoa,
to,
whoa,
okay, because G Rob
G-Rob.
tossed it out there. So,
Damn. Okay. Thank you for the question, but I'm actually in a relationship with a man, and we've been through a lot together. There was a time when I had a husband, a boyfriend, and a girlfriend, so it was a little tricky thing for a while there. But really, at the end of the day, I decided to stand up and say, "This is who I am. This is what I believe." And if I'm sorry if I misled you in any way or fashion, but this is who I am. And at the end of the day, this is a guy who said, I take you for all you are. And I'm not going to say it's
no.
easy because it isn't. It for sure isn't. There's days like I want to kill him, like when he was setting up these lights earlier today. But there's no promises for anything. But I absolutely want a man in my life always. And I think that the whole thing about me and women is because how I grew up. Even though I had a mom, we were like basically homies, like trying to survive in the streets, right? And then when I got adopted, my mother was a fucking cunt. So yeah, quote me.
Mm, that's a
And so
strong word too.
It was a very
she is that.
strong word.
But yeah, I cuss a lot. I hope I'm not offending
Oh, no, you're
anybody.
good.
But
You're good.
but yeah, so yeah, I don't. So G Rob, thank you for the question, and it's funny because his name is Rob too. I must
I was
like
like,
that.
so tell Rob there's a G Rob that's doing a shout out.
Yeah, I'll tell him. I'll be like, baby, there's a G Rob. But yeah, so we're just. I mean, again, like we have a very unconventional life, but we're getting more conventional as time goes on. And we're figuring it out still, and I believe in evolution in my humanity always. So
Mm.
I'm not the
I
same
love
bitch I
that.
was this morning, so I learn and evolve all the time, and I try to own my mistakes, and I try to be better all the time. It doesn't
Is-
always work because I got an
Isn't that
ego
a
too.
beautiful? Isn't that a beautiful thing that
I love
like
it.
you're not the same person you were yesterday? Like you are
Yes.
constantly evolving. That I mean,
Yeah,
we're not
I think that's
stagnant.
the great thing about life.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I,
I
and
always
I
want to be around people like that.
I
They
want
inspire
also to
me.
like the myth of, and just to let you guys know, Jesse's an amazing cook. Like she made an amazing meal for me and her gal pals. And I'm gonna tell you, honey, I would go to her restaurant every night.
All
Like
right.
she's an
Well,
amazing cook. Rob was there. He was handling business, dipping in and out of the kitchen, tasting food. They're taking photos together. They're such a loving couple. And I love that you found somebody that just loves you for you. And I'm going to tell you, it's hard. I've been single for some time, and my son is putting pressure on me to get a boyfriend and telling me I need to get married. So I'm going to tell you, it's not what everybody thinks. Like, my kid puts pressure on me. But I will say this, I need somebody to just accept me in my space. I think
Mm.
regardless of whatever your and I want to say this too, for the record. Stop judging people on who they want to love. Their intimacy, their personal life does not impact them as a person. Like I will hang out with Dr. K anytime because I know I'm going to get free drinks from ladies. That's automatic because I'm going to
true
wear a t-shirt that
story.
says I'm his sister. so that
Right.
they know I'm not
Me
competition.
too.
Right.
Right, Jesse? We're
Come
just gonna
on,
Yep.
wear
sis.
t-shirts.
Come
We're
on,
your
He's
big
gonna
sis.
sit in the
sisters,
middle.
bodyguards,
Right. And it's gonna be arrows. She's gonna sit on this side. It's gonna say, I'm his sister, and the other one, so that they know, and like you're gonna get us free drinks. But the thing is that that's not gonna change what I feel or think about you as a person. And I think that's where people get drowned out in the idea that you get caught up on who my lips are on. Why? Let's not
Yeah.
focus on that. Because to
If
be
I'm
real talk, there's some women and some men, their lips are on different people every night and they're heterosexuals. And I'm not judging you. So
I'm
what's the
judging the
difference?
liars. I'm judging the fuck out of the liars.
Yeah. And then the other thing is then you got the other dynamic people who live in this false world of let me pretend to be what you are and mimic what you are in order for me to be accepted. My thing
But
is I'm a heterosexual, but I embrace everybody. And that's one of the things, I appreciate my parents not making it. Now my parents were this is my parents back here. Everybody's always wondering if that's me. It's not, that's my parents. But my parents, they never pushed me to make a decision or made me think that there's only one way, right?
Yeah.
And I don't raise my son that way. So my son is very open. Now my son is a heterosexual, but he has homosexual friends. His uncle, his Uncle Mike, and he loves his Uncle Mike. He's like, Mom, call Uncle Mike. I need to talk to him about something. But let me tell you something. Uncle Mike said if a man comes near him, he will bash their head in. So that's what people just think because you are a certain way, you want certain things that you're a certain type of person. That bothers me. And I
And
want to
see,
say,
it
Jesse,
Christina,
you
should.
can
It
tell
should
me if
bother everyone.
it
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 should.
should bother
does.
everyone.
Stop
If we have
judging
more
people.
moms, if we have more moms like you who raise your child to love and not hate people or be
Yeah,
scared of people, the
yeah.
world would be a much better place. See, your son is
Thank you.
accepting. He doesn't have to
Yeah,
participate, but he's
right.
accepting.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it makes a difference.
It
It
does
is.
make
And
a
I
difference.
mean, my oldest kid, so I have four kids. They're 26, 23, 19, and 18. And my oldest one is her big joke is she's a teacher and she lives with her fiance. And she's like, I'm the black sheep of the family because I'm the only one in a heteronormative relationship. We're just like, because you're boring. But
She says I'm the black sheep. I love her. She says I'm the black
yeah.
sheep of the
But
family.
yeah, and my son though he's 19 and he likes girls and all that good stuff. But I have we talk about stuff like this all the time. He's like, Mom, half of my friends are gay. Who cares? Nobody cares. It's 2023. Nobody cares.
The younger
Unfortunately, people
generation is
do.
like that. They don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so what?
And I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
I look forward to you guys having some of the people, the younger youth people on from the Youth Ellis community because
Ruth
those
Ellis.
students,
Yeah.
yeah, Ruth Ellis
Hmm.
community. Sorry about that. And I look forward to them coming on because it's really going to give you a different perspective. My son said, Mom, I have to ask girls, are they fluid? And I said to him, what the hell is a fluid?
We
I didn't
just
even know what was going on. He says, Mom, fluid means exactly. They're just kind of like they'll be with a woman, they'll be with the man, they're fluid. And I said, well, oh my, in my day and age, we didn't have to ask that, right? So,
right.
but the thing is, I said, well, are you okay with that? He says, well, yeah, I'm okay with it. If I'm not serious with her and we're just hanging out, it's no big deal. But if I'm going to be in a committed relationship, then I don't want her to be fluid. So to him, he'll date her. But he's like, before we get serious, I need to know if she's willing to, cut off
It's
the fluid.
interesting he said that because it's
Yeah.
a conversation Rob and I have, and it's right now we're in a space of monogamy because we're building on us, and
Yes.
we're building on. I mean, we've been together a minute, but there was all these other forces, and the last couple of years we've been just us, and there's been some bumps and bruises, no lie, but like we have conversations on boundaries and what we're clear on. And yeah, we're monogamous like right now, and maybe we'll stay like this, or maybe we won't. I don't know, because like I said, changing all the time. But the biggest thing is the communication with your partner and where you're at in your journey in your relationship. And you have to love you more than you love anybody else.
Anybody else?
I
Yeah.
love that.
And that's how you teach people to love you.
Okay, well,
So
Dr. K, you close this out because you're the doctor. Close this out, Dr. K. What would you say to a person who's watching who really needs to be okay with their journey to finding their true path?
I would say keep being yourself. If your community around you, if it's not right, transition and go somewhere else. but just be yourself. Always be your best advocate. Speak for yourself, vouch for yourself, wear your own fashions, do your own thing, love yourself. Jesse said it best, love yourself.
Love yourself.
Well,
Okay,
RuPaul, how the hell is anybody else gonna if you don't?
I love RuPaul.
And he said it best.
Well, listen, guys, I'm going to see you next Monday. I'm really excited about next week's show. I know you guys are planning something hot and heavy. I'm excited. So listen, guys, of course, you will see our community, our conversation every Monday from 8 to 9 p.m. And you know the cast. It is Dr. K, Jesse, and Scott. So we'll see you guys next week on the 5 F's to Love from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Be sure to share and replay this with everyone you know, because we need your support to stay on the air. See you guys next week. Love you.
Who said?
See ya. Peace.